what do you think about establishment in Washington? Establishment in Washington is, or what is their thinking about that? What Mr. Trump is likely to do?
Establishment is shaking today. Pentagon, State Department, and most of the bureaucracy in Washington, D.C., they are shaking. They are scared.
Will this volatile security situation in Afghanistan will bring Mr. Trump's attention to Afghanistan? And
so many things are, I think, need to be addressed, and it cannot be ignored. South Asia right now, and China is gaining influence in Afghanistan. India is gaining influence in Afghanistan. America cannot sit back and just watch everything taking place.
Do you think that there will be a revival of relations between Pakistan and United States?
Definitely. I firmly believe, and historically is proven, whenever the Republican president is in the White House, a relationship in between US and Pakistan always flourish.
Of a particular political party, they have raised high hopes that the moment he will assume responsibility, Mr. Trump, he will definitely get prisoner number 8 or 4 free from Adiala jail.
I believe this idea itself is just looks good on social media. This is just for the TikTok and YouTube, and the White House is not run by the TikTok and YouTubers. They are serious people.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Program Inside in V News English. Dear viewers, the biggest story in the world is the oath-taking ceremony of Republican leader Mr. Donald Trump in the United States of America. He has formally taken over the oath and has become the president of the United States for second term. So keeping in view a number of developments taking place in the world, this would be one of the most challenging time Mr. Trump would be having in the presidency, in the White House. And what will be his priorities? What will be the opportunities? What will be the difference of his team that previously he didn't have that team, and what different team he will be having now to deal with different issues, and global immigration, then trade, then dealing with Ukraine war, dealing with Middle East, dealing with Iran, dealing with China, dealing with counterterrorism and insurgencies in Afghanistan. To discuss this all, we are fortunate to have with us senior Republican leader, expert of global affairs, Mr. Sajid Tarar, who is based in Washington and joining us despite his very busy schedule over there. Very good morning, Mr. Sajid Tarar, and very warm welcome to Program Inside in V News English.
Thank you so much, and it's my pleasure.
So we will start with this. Other questions we may put up later on. But what do you think, as a senior political analyst, as a Republican leader, that what Mr. Trump is expected to do this time that he did not do in his previous term?
The biggest change, you probably already have seen it, the way many things has changed, many things. I want to mention from the November 5th, since he won the election till today, he already has achieved so many things versus the 4 years of Biden administration. Just alone, Gaza deal, the President Biden has been trying to achieve it since a year. Tony Blinken, our secretary, has traveled to Middle East at least 13, 14 times, but not able to achieve it, but he did. But the selection of the cabinet is the number one change. I have seen it. First time when he was coming into the office, Donald Trump 1.0, the Republican Party was still reluctant to support him. Today, the Republican Party is behind him. Plus, he has said several times in his rallies that he has learned the Washington D.C. So the biggest difference, and plus he's walking into the White House with a lot of respect and a lot of love from everywhere. Not
this is the difference.
Yeah, internally, externally as well, international support as well. Plus 2.0, he has a huge mandate. All the swing states coming behind him, and the record voting. So the American people, it signs that people trust him. People see him as a savior, as a reformer. So the thing, 1.0 was confusions, delusions, a lot of resistance within Republican circles, but this time the party is united behind him. In Senate and House at the same time, they are both behind him, giving him a lot of confidence and power.
One of the most important thing for any leader in the big democracies, but particularly in the United States, is the role of establishment. And you well remember during his election campaign, he has been on record in saying that he will make strategic changes. So what do you think about establishment in Washington? Establishment in Washington is, or what is their thinking about that, what Mr. Trump is likely to do? And if we believe Mr. Trump has said that he will completely revamp, make certain strategic changes within the establishment. So your thoughts on this?
Matter of establishment is shaking today. Pentagon, State Department, and most of the bureaucracy in Washington, D.C., they are shaking. They are scared. And so far, the biggest rumor right now in Washington, D.C., that he will eliminate 50,000 jobs in Washington, D.C. That's number one. Second thing, several times he's not pleased with the Pentagon, especially withdrawal from Afghanistan. His one of the keynote speech yesterday at the Capital One Arena, he has brought up the Taliban again, and we are giving them billions and billions, and then we have left a very expensive equipment behind. So he is going to change a lot of things, especially in Pentagon, in bureaucracy. FBI, the Kash Patel, is one of his right hand, who has said it several times that day first he'll take over, he will make FBI building as a museum, and he will tell all the FBI agents go out of the Washington, D.C. and go after the criminals versus eavesdropping against their own citizens.
So would you think that by doing so, by creating a confrontation with the establishment, what do you think? He will be able to survive because establishment.
Yes. He's determined. Not only this, imagine about it, 2 life assassination attempts on him during the campaign. And today he's still standing. I mean, say he's still bold, he's confident, and that America does not have any choice. Last 12 years, 8 years of Obama period and 4 years of Biden administration, which was extension of Obama policies, a socialist agenda, bureaucracy is going out of control, matter of fact, going after their own citizens. One biggest example I wanted to give you, in Virginia, the PTA, Parent Teacher Association, FBI came up there and arrested parents and then put their names on the terrorist list. How bad it can be. So America does not have any choice. The bureaucracy and establishment has to be changed. There is no other way. Right now, if you personally ask me, the weaponization of Justice Department, and Donald Trump himself is a victim of it. So imagine about it. FBI almost have become a KGB. I mean, it has to be controlled. It has to be.
No, tell our viewers, that is FBI going to be banned or going to be revamped, or what will be its future?
They have to stay within their own job description, yes, or within the Constitution. Matter of fact, our new Attorney General Bundy, she came up there, and the question was asked from her in the senatorial confirmation hearing again and again, and she said there shouldn't be an enemy list in America. Matter of fact, and last 12 years there was an enemy list. They were going after. Imagine they did not have any issue with Donald Trump until he became the presidential candidate. The minute he became a presidential candidate, the whole Justice Department just went crazy against him. 90 plus cases, and he always used to say that he has more cases than Al Capone. So this has to change, reform. And if Donald Trump is not able to do it, I think this is the end of America here. Then America will become a socialist republic of America. This is that's where we stand at.
Mr. Tarar, whenever there is political change in United States, I mean, new political administration assume the responsibilities. Every country try to explore the opportunities with that new administration. So, what do you think? What are the opportunities for Pakistan with a new administration in the United States?
Uh, First of all, the mood, and then the whole policy will be changed, shifting toward from the industrial military complex to towards tariff and economy. Donald Trump, a day before yesterday, he said it. The one of the beautiful word in his dictionary is tariff. So he's going to get all of these things accomplished not by wars but by tariff. He believes in economy, so that the countries those are willing to adjust with this new change will definitely will rise. The new change is coming in artificial intelligence arena, chips making. That will be second. Electric vehicles, energy. So all of these opportunities coming, and the countries they are looking for the opportunity. Gaza will be rebuilt. Ukraine will be rebuilt. So many opportunities coming in the future towards. To the rest of the world. You will see the world has changed today. To me, is not only America has changed, the world has changed, and America will be the world will be more peaceful. He has said several times in his speeches that how he dodged the Third World War by very narrow margin. And not only this, day before yesterday, I was listening, and that those words are stuck in my mind. He said the three precious words in his dictionary is love, God, and tariff. So imagine about it. That's where we stand at versus the wars. Imagine Biden administration, how many new wars and conflicts they came up. And world was almost very close to blow up. Obviously, Russia has threatened several times towards atomic retaliation against Ukraine and other countries. But North Korea testing missile system. Imagine about it, from Gaza to Ukraine and then Syria to Taiwan and Houthis and Yemen, and imagine about it, Afghanistan and so many other places. So it has to be controlled. And I definitely can tell you the fundamental reason behind was the weak American foreign policy.
Weak American foreign policy, but of course, that. Do you think that Pakistan-United States relation will be warm during this tenure? Because we have witnessed during Democrats' tenure, relations between Pakistan and United States remain very cold. There have been no high-level visits. There have been no high-level delegation exchange. There was no high-level communication. So what do you think during this time? Do you think that there will be revival of relations between Pakistan and United States?
Definitely. I firmly believe, and historically is proven, whenever the Republican president is in the White House, a relationship in between US and Pakistan always flourish. And here, last 12 years of Obama policies, and he put all his eggs in one basket and towards India because they have completely ignored Pakistan. But Donald Trump or any Republican president, Pentagon, defense, achieving peace through strength. And when are you talking about it? And status of Pakistan as a non-NATO ally, you will see everything will be, our relationship will be moving forward. Right now, Pakistan is enjoying a very good relationship. And the biggest sign is this: the World Bank has given you a $20 billion commitment last week. So it symbolized that Pakistan-US relationship, they're fine. They are fine.
Mr. Tarar, you keep a very strong eye on foreign policy, and during previous tenure of Mr. Trump in the power, we remember in the White House, during a summit-level meeting with the Pakistani leader, Mr. Trump made an offer to both India and Pakistan that he could mediate between India and Pakistan, although that mediation offer was rejected by India. But as you said, that he strongly believes on peace. So what do you think? Can he take any initiative which bring India and Pakistan on negotiation table, and both countries can talk about Jammu and Kashmir?
Right now, it's not on a Donald Trump's table right now, because I have been traveling with him in 2016 and this election at the same time. I have been traveling with him in mid-Atlantic states. Unfortunately, he hasn't brought up in Pakistan and Kashmir issue. He has criticized the India, and he has threatened them with the tariff because many things they come from there, and he has mentioned several times. But circumstances has changed. The world politics has changed. 2016, it was completely different period. Now today, he has a different issues on his table. But I believe maybe during the later part of his term, he may talk about it, or he may go to India and talk about it, because he's a statesman. He's not a bureaucrat. He's not a part of a traditional political establishment. So you never know. I mean, say he definitely has plans to go to India, and when he goes to India, he may bring up.
So, I mean, Mr. Trump is a democratic leader, democratic in the sense that he strongly believes on democratic values, being a Republican leader. So whenever there is any political government try to accommodate more people into administrative setup. But this time, as you said in the beginning, and it's also reported in the media, he plans to massive right sizing of the bureaucracy. Then what do you think, where these people will go? He's planning to slash departments perhaps from 400 to 100. So if this is the plan of right sizing, and on the other hand, he has made commitment that he would deliver. So with the shortage of experts and bureaucracy, how he will be fulfilling his commitments?
Let me give you an example, and especially today's executive orders he's planning to sign. Right now, the 90+% of federal employees, they're working from home. It means they are not working. Right now, the biggest example is if you call any department, there is no call return, there's no email return. So right now, the country is on a cruise control. The bureaucracy has been abusing it, and it's costing American taxpayers a lot of money. I believe. And plus, at the same time, the department he has created, the DOGE, a Department of Government Efficiency, they will be checking the performance of the federal government with artificial intelligence. So if there is any issues with it, definitely they will fix it, take care of it. But I told you that Donald Trump is a name of the change today, and if he's not able to change, then he will fail his mandate.
So another thing which is in South Asia, Afghanistan, which remains hub of terrorism, and that terrorism doesn't only pose a threat to the regional security or to Pakistan, but it also poses threats to the global security, and Americans remained over there. So precisely tell us, will this volatile security situation in Afghanistan will bring Mr. Trump's attention to Afghanistan, and do you think that he will use an influence on Afghan Taliban in eliminating the terror hideouts?
The way he spoke yesterday, it seems like he's not pleased with Afghan policy. He's not pleased with Taliban. He has mentioned that we are still giving him millions or billions of dollars, not in exchange of anything at the moment. And not only this, Elon Musk has tweeted as well, who's very strong in the cabinet in Washington, D.C. And yesterday, Donald Trump, there will be a check and balance on the Taliban. There will be, like he said, that we have left a lot of resources, military resources, and we would like to have it back. So he knows what the situation is, and Taliban has been abusing it, no question about it. Millions of billions of dollars taking from Americans and then not doing anything. For example, they are taking the money towards the women empowerment, for the welfare of women, but Taliban are not doing anything towards the women empowerment in Afghanistan. So many things are, I think, need to be addressed, and it cannot be ignored. South Asia right now, and China is gaining influence in Afghanistan. India is gaining influence in Afghanistan. America cannot sit back and just watch everything taking place. Ultimately, there will be a policy revisit. Right now, the situation, Pentagon is demoralized, and they have to. Our new Secretary of Defense is a very nice gentleman. I know him since a long time, and he's determined to make big changes in Pentagon.
So that's correct. But coming to the most important and pressing issue, that is Gaza, and only on Sunday, ceasefire got implemented in Gaza. What do you think during during the Trump administration time? Do you think it will be everlasting, or there will be any possible violation of this ceasefire from any side?
I spent the entire day yesterday on the Capitol Hill, and I met with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and I met some other congressmen. And I want to tell you what we talk about it, how the legislators are thinking about Gaza. All of them, they were admiring, because Tony Blinken has gone at least 15 times to the Middle East, and they have been trying to come to the conclusion of some kind of deal since almost a year. But here on the other side, envoy to the Middle East, to the president, Steve Witkoff, he went there in one single meeting. He achieved, which Biden was not able to achieve. And 3 hostages has been released, and Donald Trump has been bragging about it. But on the Capitol Hill, there was a chatter. I was talking to the legislators. All of us, we still believe in two-nation solution there. And I think during the Donald Trump period, there will be some serious announcement or serious efforts for a permanent peace.
Lastly, I would ask that there is a lot of hope in Pakistan. Particular workers of a particular political party, they have raised high hopes that the moment he will assume responsibility, I mean, Mr. Trump, he will definitely get prisoner number 8 or 4 free from Adiala jail. What do you think, keeping in view the ground realities, is it possible for the US president to get a political prisoner freed from Pakistan in a country where the country has its own judicial, political, legal, and constitutional system?
I believe this idea itself is just looks good on social media. This is just for the TikTok and YouTube, and the White House is not run by the TikTok and YouTubers. They are serious people. Right now, Donald Trump has a huge agenda on his table. The countries are fighting the third world war. He has to stop. And on this agenda, I don't see that he will go and intervene in a sovereign country, especially a judicial process. I don't think it's possible. But I mean, it's nothing wrong to have a dreams, and there people are just dreaming about it. They are not worried about the 3 crore kids are not going to school, 7 crore beggars all over the world from Pakistan, 10 crore people. They are not planning anything about it, and they are just worried about. They are expecting that Donald Trump will show up at the Adiala jail on 21st January, which is wrong. I think it's wrong.
So within the United States of America, how people are feeling, because you're from the public, you interact with the people, how people are feeling. Will there be any strategic change in the United States?
There are people gave him a huge mandate, especially the swing state I've been traveling with. There was a big shock. There was a big red wave. So the people are not satisfied whatever is going on domestically or internationally. And you have seen that Donald Trump has shaken up the world before taking over, talking about the Greenland, talking about Panama Canal, talking about Canada, Mexico. So and he believes in restoring the status of the sole superpower on the planet and the glory of America. Yesterday, again and again, he has mentioned it's a new century, it's a golden century for America, for the world. And Elon Musk came up there and he said the similar things. And I believe Donald Trump means, and he's planning to deliver his mandate, making America great again, the world more peaceful, and more efficiency, moving towards artificial intelligence and economic growth all over the world.
So quickly tell us who is representing Pakistan in the swearing-in ceremony. We heard that Pakistani Interior Minister Mr. Mohsen Naqvi, along with Pakistani Ambassador, would officially be representing Pakistan there. Do you have any information?
I have information that our ambassador to US, he is going there in official capacity representing Pakistan. But I have heard that some other politicians, they have come from Pakistan. I haven't confirmed. I haven't spoken to them yet. But there are several Pakistanis going there in an invitation capacity. Plus, it is open for the public. The ceremony is public. It's openly public. You just go there, fill up online, and they send you an invitation. It's not a big deal because thousands and thousands of people going on today. They have taken the ceremony in the rotunda of the Capitol, and only 600 people will attend. And those 600 people, congressmen, senators, justices, and maybe some other foreign dignitaries. This is first time that some of the foreign dignitaries after 1874 they are attending his inauguration. But I have heard that some people, they have come from Pakistan, and I'm looking forward to see them if I run into them.
Thank you so much indeed, Republican Mr. Sajid Tarar, for speaking to program Inside in V News English and sharing your thoughts about huge political change in the United States of America. Dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Allah Hafiz from studios.
Pakistan Zindabad.